Good morning. Welcome to the Juwan Mendola Show here at WILK. Yes, more snow. Be careful out there. Snow coming down. Not sticking yet, but decent pace picking up just a little bit. And hopefully you guys are okay. And ladies as well, driving around northeastern Pennsylvania, you see a little bit more cars out on the road as the week went on. But nonetheless, between last weekend and this weekend, a few challenges, but some good stuff going on here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We're going to talk a lot of basketball today. We have several area teams still alive in the PIAA state basketball playoffs. Also going to talk a little college athletics. Chris Light from Wilkes University will be joining us. Jim Reeser will join us from the Citizens Voice to talk about the All-Star Game coming up at the end of the month, the Dr. George Moses All-Star Classic. First up, we're going to continue the conversation with college athletics. Chris Wadas, who joined us earlier this year, indoor track, Misericordia University, is on the line right now. And Chris, welcome into the show.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the indoor season that is wrapped up, and it ended pretty good for Misericordia University last weekend.
Yeah, we had a great showing at our national meet, which was in North Central College in Naperville, Illinois. And we had two girls that actually went too. We had a girl who was a runner-up in the pentathlon, Riley Wagner. She's a sophomore. She basically got second by about 30 or 40 points, so it was a pretty good meet. We were pretty close to having two national champions. So and then we also had Onisha Clark, who got third in the 60 dash, which was her seed coming in. So she did pretty well in her events, and those two girls competed in the long jump and the high jump too. It was just tough. The long jump was a tough event for Onisha. She didn't do as well as her seed was, but the 60 is her main event. So it was her first year really getting the progress out of the long jump that we expected from her, from our event coach, Rebecca Rhodes. She did a good job with her with the long jump. And then Riley did the high jump, but it was tough after the multi-event, doing the high jump after doing 5 events the day before. So it's always a mixed bag with that. And then obviously we got Juwan too. So
yeah, we're going to get to him coming up here in a moment. Coach, that transition time now from indoor to outdoor, did you give your athletes some time off to rest up, or do you kind of keep them going and get them right into it here, because outdoor season's probably pretty tight as far as the time wise?
Well, as far as the athletes that went to nationals, the kids that were ACAC qualifiers and MAC championship qualifiers, they had some time down from competing, and we really just go in, like, as far as my kids, my distance kids and long sprinters, we go right into it. Now, some of our other event areas, like the kids that went to nationals, Rebecca Rhodes, who's my full-time assistant, and then Logan Holleran, which is my graduate assistant, they work with those kids a lot, and they gave them a couple days off before almost a week off, before they start getting into things again, just to let them relax and recover and stuff. So that's what they did with them.
Chris Wadas from Misericordia University, the head track and field coach, indoor, outdoor. And Chris, we're going to talk with Juwan coming up here, but describe a little bit about this fella here that is a special athlete, that's for sure.
One thing that I have to say that makes him special and got him to the spot where he is that, I watched him run 60 the one time, the first time he was with us this year as he started to progress, and he could care less. I mean, he cares about his time, but he had lost to somebody by a little bit, and he cared more about that than anything else. And I knew at the end of the day that was going to set him up, and I know our event coaches did too, to set him up to be in a position to do what he did, because he competes to the people around him, and he cares more about that than anything else. So I think that's one of the characteristics of him as an athlete that makes him special, because he does really get after it and wants to win so badly that he'll go that extra little bit just to get what he wants out of it.
Well, we're going to check in with him now, Chris. Continued success there at Misericordia University, and of course, we'll be checking in with you in the next few weeks as outdoor gets going. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Chris Wadas, the head coach for Misericordia University, here on the Juwan Mendola Show for the track and field program. Let's welcome in Juwan Petties-Jackson from Misericordia University here on the show. And Juwan, welcome in.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Well, you're a champion, a national champion in the 200. How does that feel a week now to soak that in?
It feels wonderful. Honestly, it's one of the greatest accomplishments I've ever had in my life, so it feels great.
Well, let's talk about the 200. Boy, it was a close race. Came down to the wire, and you're trying to hold off your opponent there from Wisconsin. So take us through the race as far as start to finish in the 200.
Well, at the start, I knew I had to get out. I knew I had to be aggressive in the beginning and really keep it a close race. I know my start's not very good, but I finished very well. So once we came around the last turn, I knew if I could keep it close, I could finish strong. And around the last turn, I seen Ross, the kid that came in second, start to slow down a little bit around the turn. He started to lose a little bit, so I knew if I could push through and finish strong, I could put myself in position to be a national champion. So that's what I tried to do.
Coach brought up that story of that time in the 60 where you lost by just a little bit, and he said you were very motivated by that. Talk a little bit about be a competitor like you are.
I hate losing, honestly. I hate losing more than I like winning. So when I compete for Misericordia, I try to give it my all. And I want to win a championship for my school, not just for myself. So when I lose, to me, it's like I let my team down. I don't like to let my team down at all. So it brings a different animal out of me every time I lose.
Your story's pretty unique. You head to Misericordia University to play some football, and you end up a national champion in track. Take us through how all those things kind of developed for you.
Yeah, I came here to play football. It was a wonderful experience for me. The coaches are wonderful. The team was wonderful. You know, we weren't as good as people thought we would be, but being a first-year program, it was going to be tough. And once my 4 years was over from football, I decided to start my track career. I did run my freshman year, but I didn't give it my all because I was focused on football. It was more of my goal to be a football player, so I didn't really want to be a track star at the time. But once my football career was over and I started to run track, I seen that I had potential. And once my senior year was up and I started to run track, it started to manifest itself into something great. I love the track coaches. I love the student athletes. And this was the result.
We're talking with Juwan Petties-Jackson. He is an All-American. He is a national champion for Misericordia University in the 200 and indoors last week. Juwan, outdoors is coming up. Is that something you're going to be competing in as well?
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about some of the events you look forward to doing here in the outdoor season for the Cougars.
Definitely doing the 100, definitely doing the 200. My coach wants me to run the 400, but that's I don't like laps, so they're probably gonna be asking for a while. But I think I can make it happen. Being that I want to do anything possible to help the team win. So I probably run a 400, 4x4. I look forward to jumping. Honestly, any event possible, any event that they ask me to do or need me to do in order to win a conference championship, I'm more than willing to do it. If that means I have to run a mile, I'll run a mile. I'm going to hate every lap of it, but in order to win, I can do that.
Well, I think you're speaking the truth there. Those laps, they start catching up with you, but you're a heck of a sprinter. How about your experience overall at Misericordia University? You talked a little bit about the football program. Mark Ross, what a great guy, still building that program. But as far as being around the other student athletes there, it's got a great campus, a great facility, and talk a little bit about your major there at Misericordia University and how you like that.
Misericordia University is awesome, honestly. I'm a psychology major. The psychology department is wonderful. Love the professors. I love the students. And on campus is just a great field. Honestly, that's why I came here. Even when I first came to visit, I knew from the beginning. The first day I walked onto the campus, I was like, this is beautiful. People are wonderful. Every student, every professor, down to people that help clean up the gym. I was like, these people are great. And honestly, this is where I need to be in life. And I will never regret that decision. It helped me grow into the man I am today and become a national champion. So I really love it.
21.68 in the 200 and indoors for Juwan Petties-Jackson. We're going to hear a little bit more from him, I think, in the next couple of months. So Juwan, continued success. Congratulations. Incredible accomplishment. And I know everybody proud of you here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, you got it. Juwan Petties-Jackson, the national champion for Misericordia University here on the John Mendola Show. We will continue the conversation. We're going to talk high school basketball. A couple area coaches pretty excited. One coming up with a game today. One has a game tomorrow. So we'll get to them coming up. Let's take a timeout. Head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jeremy Paczynski. Break like a good neighbor. Jeremy Paczynski is there. We'll be back here on WILK.